Hey guys, it's Missy Tor here, and I'm back with another video. And today we're going to be talking about Jonas and his wife Sophie. So I guess it's been announced that those two have, or is going to divorce. Jonas is the one that filed for divorce, and we're going to dive deep into the reasoning and the outcome of this whole situation. It's kind of weird. People had came out and said that Joe is being a weirdo and he married her when she was only 23 years old and that he shouldn't be expecting much from her. So yeah, let's get into the reading. The first card that we do have is Patience. We're talking about the energy of the divorce that's going on right now. So we have Focus in reverse. Then we have Gratitude. And then we have Hunger. Okay guys, with the first card we got is Patience. So it's gonna take a while for us to get the actual full gist of what's going on between these two. I feel like the whole divorce process is going to take a long time as well. Even though we're hearing a lot of narratives being pushed by Joe Jonas' PR team, we really don't know what's really going on, and that's why we have the Focus card in reverse. I feel like Joe is purposely trying to get the focus off of him, the attention off of him, and put the blame onto his wife, Sophie, because of the simple fact that he doesn't want this bad reputation of being a terrible husband. And we all know, we all seen it. He hasn't really been there, for his kids that he has with her and the marriage. He's been on tours, so this energy that he's giving off is trying to make her look like a bad individual, a bad mother, a bad wife. Then we have Gratitude. Everyone is basically, all the fans are basically siding with Sophie. And it makes sense, because why would you marry someone that was so young and she had to put her career on pause, and now you're trying to create this narrative that she's a terrible person and all she wants to do is party and do whatever she wants to do. But in reality, she had to focus on you guys as kids. So everyone's showing that love and respect for her more than him, and that's making him upset, because originally it was supposed to be the other way around. Hunger is the same thing. Craving for attention, craving for sympathy, craving for people to side with him. And yeah, that's the energy that we have for the divorce that's going on. All right, guys, the first question I asked was, what is the reasoning for the divorce? So the first card that came out is the Empress card. And we have the World card. We had two cards that came out, which is the Seven of Swords and the Page of Wands. Then we have the Ten of Swords. And just in case you guys don't understand why I'm having to do a voiceover, my mic is messed up when I record, when I record videos. I don't know why, but it seems to work when I do voiceover, so yeah. And then we have the Emperor card. And then the overall, we have the King of Swords. Okay guys, the first two cards that we have is the Empress card with the Page of Wands. We're talking about what was the reasoning of their divorce. So it seems like Joe had filed for divorce because of the simple fact that he wants Sophie to be more of a mother and more entwined with being a traditional wife. But instead, with the Page of Wands, she's doing stuff out of the ordinary and being more a party girl, being more of a city girl. She's having fun, and it's funny because when I was shuffling the cards and stuff like that. The first song that came to mind when I saw these cards was "Girls Want to Have Fun." So, you know, it's kind of crazy because of the simple fact that he's not really, active, but with him wanting her to be active is kind of crazy, if you ask me. We have the world card with the Ten of Swords. So this was bound to happen. It was in the works. The world card, this was a cycle that was going on and on for a while now. It was bound to happen. There was a betrayal that was happening of this narrative of, well, I seen you do something, or I saw you do something, not, well, I seen you and saw the same thing, but I seen you do something and I heard you do something, so I don't want nothing to do with you anymore. I don't want to be a part of this. But it's like, at the same time, if you're not being active and you're barely even there, who are you to judge what she's doing and how she's parenting? Or, I really don't understand his perspective on things. It's giving like, I'm the man of the house and you have to go by my rules, which is yucky, right? Then we have the Seven of Swords with the Emperor card. Honestly, truly, all the things that he is going to eventually accuse her of doing, he's been doing. The Seven of Swords talks about, going behind someone's back. I'm trying my best, y'all. I'm trying my best not to say it. But it talks about cheating. It talks about being sneaky. It just talks about doing things you're not supposed to be doing, basically. And the Emperor card talks about fatherhood. It talks about being a leader, being dominant. So I feel like when he was on tour, he was probably cheating on her. So it goes back to the world card and the Ten of Swords. That energy that he's giving off with like, oh, well, she's doing this and she's doing that. He's projecting. That's energy of projection. So honestly, truly, he's the one that's actually doing all the bad stuff, being out of place and being sneaky. He was the one on tour and she was the one that had to put her career on pause for him and to take care of their children, which is kind of crazy if you ask me, because as a couple, you're supposed to work together. So with the overall card of the King of Swords, he's coming for her. He is coming. And by that, I mean, like, he is truly going to come in with facts of, yeah, she's been doing this, she's been doing that. He's going to use his power to basically put it out as if she was an issue. Because the King of Swords talks about intellectual tactics. So he's trying to find ways to paint a narrative by sprinkling in a little bit of truth, but then in another way, covering up what he's doing. Honestly, truly, he needs to let things be what it is. Honestly, if they would have just announced that, they're getting a divorce, it would have been so simple. But instead, he's getting his team to legit keep pushing and pushing all of these narratives of what was going on, and she's not saying anything. So with the King of Swords being here, it's like, I'm going to keep swinging at you and swinging until you say something. And it's weird. I find that very disturbing if you ask me, but yeah. Alright guys, so the next question I asked is, how does Sophie feel about the divorce? So we got the Six of Cups. We have Strength. We have the Empress. We have the Eight of Cups. Then we have the Seven of Swords reverse. Then we have the King of Swords again. And we have the Page of Swords. That's the overall. Okay, guys, the first two cards that we have is the Six of Cups with the Eight of Cups. This talks about, in her perspective, is that he's basically walking away from his family. This is energy of, well, I was there for the children while you were not around at all. You were gone for months, maybe even a year or two, while I had to stick around to take care of the kids. So this energy is like, okay, I don't care. I don't care that you're leaving me, because regardless, you weren't here to begin with. Then we have the Strength card with the Seven of Swords. Her energy is basically saying, well, you can create whatever narrative that you want to create, but at the end of the day, the truth is going to come out, because the Seven of Swords reverse talks about being honest, stop being sneaky, actually being open and honest about what's actually going on. There's no more hiding. So the truth will come out regardless, but it's like this energy is just like, well, you can say that I was doing X, Y, and Z, but I can prove that I wasn't doing anything wrong, and that you're over exaggerating everything. Then we have the Empress card with the King of Swords again. She's like, well, I'm a mother and you're the father, but at the same time, we're able to co-parent if you allow us to. It's very possible for us to come together and co-parent and be a family, but you can't have this energy of overstepping me, because a King of Swords can do that. A King of Swords can overstep by using too much power and potentially destroy things in a negative aspect if they're not too careful. So it's more like we need to be equal and fair in order for this to work out. So with the Page of Swords being here, the truth is going to come out no matter what. She's doing it in a way where she's allowing him to run with narratives. So when they go into court, she could, snipe him with, yeah, this is exactly what happened. He's been gone for X, Y, and Z time. He was never really active. He was doing this. So it's better to be quiet than to play the petty game. And she's very smart for that, honestly, truly. So yeah. Okay, guys. So the last question is, what's going to be the outcome of this divorce? And the first card we got is the Magician, the Four of Cups, the King of Cups, the Sun card, reverse, then we have the King of Wands, the Two of Wands, then we have the Knight of Cups as one of the overall cards, and the Justice card. Okay, guys, the first two cards that we have is the Magician card with the Sun card reverse. By looking at these two cards, I would not be surprised if they start fighting over custody of their children, because the Sun card does represent children. So I would not be surprised that they're going to try to, fight each other of who gets the kids on this day or this week. It's going to be a lot. But then we have the Four of Cups and the King of Wands. There's going to be a lot of denial happening throughout the divorce case that they're going to have, when they go to court and stuff like that. There's going to be a lot of denial on Joe's part, because, like I said, I really feel like Sophie's going to come in and start revealing everything that she heard about, what she, things that were coming in on her end about what he was doing. And I really feel like there's gonna be a lot of denial here, and I would not be surprised if he's not gonna be fully open at first to giving her spousal support, or wanting to have joint custody with her. Instead, he will want full custody instead. Like, the King of Wands is someone that is a player. They have a big ego. I can really see him making a scene in court, but I honestly, truly, I don't feel like it's going to be a messy court case. It's going to be a lot of stubbornness that's happening because he wants things to go his way, and his ego is going to be bothered by that, unfortunately. Then we have the King of Cups with the Two of Wands. Eventually, he's going to finally, open up and see that they have to think about the kids. They have to settle this fairly because the kids are going to be impacted by this no matter what, no matter about his feelings or, her feelings. It doesn't matter because the kids are going to be affected regardless. So I could see him eventually, opening up to working things out fully. And we have the Knight of Cups with the Justice card. So honestly, truly, I really feel like everything's going to be fair because the Justice card talks about fair decisions, fair judgment within like the court system. So I really feel like everything's going to work out perfectly fine. It's not going to be as messy as people think it's going to be because, right now it's a lot is coming out. But they're going to come to an agreement with a lot of things. They're going to be very open. I really feel like they're both going to give each other something in return. So maybe instead of him having full custody, they'll have joint custody, and she will end up getting spousal support, or it could be or he has the kids more than her, and then she gets spousal support. Whatever the case may be, I really feel like it's going to be very fair on their end. And yeah, and this is going to be the end of the reading. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.